Köstritzer Schwarzbier.
Remember, life is too short to be drinking shitty beer.
Welcome to another edition of Bands, Bikes and Booze Reviews. The sun isn't over the yard here. I don't give a fuck. I've got some German beer. This is the famous Köstritzer, which is a brewery in Germany, and it is renowned for its Schwarzbier, black beer, and that's what this is. I'll get onto the brewery in a minute. I'll just explain what black beer is. Black beer is basically black lager with roasted malt in it. That's the very basics of it. Originally, it was top fermented, so it was brewed at a higher temperature, and over the years, it is now bottom fermented, just like a lager. Technically, it is a lager if it's bottom fermented, and it's got its unique colouring from the roasted malts that have been used in the brewing process. It's quite popular in Germany and in Europe, in fact. A lot of the dark beers that are done in the Czech Republic, I know Budvar do one which I've reviewed, and they're very similar. And it's becoming quite popular in the USA as well. A lot of breweries over there are brewing black beer, as they call it, or Schwarzbier. This originally came from the Thuringia and Saxony areas of Germany, and this is where Thuringia is where Köstritzer is. They're a really old brewery. They've been going since 1543. That's nearly 500 years old, and just think about that, what a pedigree that is. And originally they brewed dark beer, and they're still doing it now. And there's a famous story of von Goethe, Wolfgang von Goethe. I don't know if you know him, but he's a well-known German author, poet and philosopher, and he was laid up quite ill for a period, and all he drank was dark beer to sustain him. The lucky bastard. Anyway, enough of that, let's get on to the beer. Okay, this is a 330ml bottle. It's 4.8%. It's black beer, as I've just said. Germany's #1 black beer. Black lager beer, as they say here. The ingredients are all in German. Hooray! Water, malted barley, hops, and hop extract. So, yeah, that does confirm, or that does conform with the Reinheitsgebot. Very nice colouring on that. I do like that. All the black label there, and the cap as well is a really nice one, which will be going into the collection. Can you see that? Very nice black, red and white. Can't think where I've seen them colours before. I know it's something to do with Germany. Anyway, moving along swiftly. I first heard of this brewery, someone gave me a lanyard with Köstritzer in, and I remember thinking, I must check them out. And then I found out what they do, and I thought, I'm going to see what that tastes like. And that's exactly what I'm going to do now. Right, get this bottle open. Quite quickly, there you go. The missus was moaning at me earlier, saying I'm taking up too much room in the fridge. So I might have to buy a new fridge for all the beer. There is the cap. If you can get it into focus, there is the cap. Very nice cap indeed. On the nose, out of the bottle. That does smell very much like, it reminds me of the Budvar Dark. Lots of roasted malt. Quite bitter. Coffee and caramel flavours too. Let's get it into the glass. Now this is normally drunk in a quite a slim glass, and it's got a candle on the side. This is the nearest I've got to it. I mean, there's so many different glasses out there that they drink from. I'm just going to put it in there. You can see the colour there. That is a very, very, very dark ruby. It's not black, as the name suggests. You can see through that on the nose. Oh yeah, lovely, lovely roasted malt. Really nice. Some very, very subtle coffee on that as well. And chocolate malt, I'm assuming that's what that is that's causing that. It's quite lively. Quite a nice head. It almost looks like Guinness. Let's get it down the hatch. Cheers. Wow. God. When I said that looked like Guinness, taste wise, it's got a lot of the characteristics of a stout and a porter. Now the body isn't there that you normally get with a stout. It's got a lager type body to it, if you know what I mean. It's quite the weaker body to it, as you would expect from a lager. It's not as full bodied as a stout, but that's very nice. That's really nice. Do like that. On the palate, you're getting a fair bit of toffee and chocolate malt. There's a really, really subtle coffee flavour that's coming from them roasted malts. It's going down really nice. But they're the three dominant flavours. You're getting lots of caramel, lots of toffee malt, and a hint of coffee. Super drinkable. Really nice. If you've lost interest in Guinness and some of the stouts that are on offer, this is not a bad alternative. And of course it's brewed like a lager, so it's got that nice drinkable. It's not as heavy as you'd get from a porter or a stout. It just goes down so nice. And yeah, at 4.8%, sorry. It's just in between a session and a premium lager or a strong lager. But yeah, I like this. This is very nice. I have to say, I did prefer the Budvar Dark. I thought that was better. And as they're all classed as dark lagers in Germany, because they're bottom fermented and they all go through the lagering process, they're not identical to stouts, which are all top fermented, and they would use different yeasts, and of course they would use different malts as well. But this is very nice, very drinkable. And the flavours are subtle when you compare it to a stout. And I'm comparing it to a stout because it's using that malted barley that's been roasted to give it that dark flavour. But when it's, you use, obviously they're using different malts for that. I mean, I imagine they're using pale or possibly even Pilsner malts on that. But you're getting, as I say, you're not getting the harsh bitterness that you would get from a porter and a stout. This is just quite subtle, which makes it a hell of a lot more drinkable. And a good alternative to lager as well. I mean, this is cold, it's come out of the fridge, and it's really refreshing. I'm quite surprised. But as I say, I think the Budvar shades it a little bit. They're comparable beers, but I just think there's more flavour in the Budvar. But this isn't bad. As I say, it sounds like I'm knocking it. I'm not. I quite like this. This is really good. So what's the verdict? Well, as I say, I hadn't heard of these before, apart from on the lanyard that I had. And I saw it was available on Beerhawk, of all places. So I thought, well, I'm definitely going to try some. And I'm glad I did, because this is a really nice dark beer. And of course, these were the originators of European dark beer, or European lager, as it's known, or some people call it a dark pilsner as well. And these were the originators of dark lager, or dark pilsner, as it's called. And although I think the Budvar is slightly better, just because there's more flavour, this is not a bad offering indeed. I'm really liking this. It's so drinkable, you know. I'm sort of holding myself back here because I just want to sort of neck it. I've got a little bit of work to do afterwards, so I've got to keep my head reasonably sober. But I'm quite impressed with it. And of course, they've got a good pedigree. They've been going nearly 500 years. They're older than any British brewer, and they're not even the oldest brewery in Germany. Oh, fucking Germans, they just get it right every time. So yeah, I'd give that an 8 out of 10. It's a really nice beer. If you want a worthy alternative to porter and stout, then this is it. If you want to drink dark beer, like a porter or a stout, but you want to do it in the summer, you want a really refreshing one, get some of this dark lager. You've got all the flavour, but you've also got the drinkability of lager as well. So it's the best of both worlds. That would make a great summer drink, I think it will so anyway. But yeah, that's just me. 8 out of 10 and recommended. And remember, beer is working class champagne.